This week on Cruise In, it's tractors, trucks, and classic cars.
I just like the way it looks. It stands out.
Yes, it really, really does. It can take years to get a restored car exactly perfect.
I've changed nothing. Nothing.
And some guys are just lucky.
He talked me into buying it. I wanted a Mustang.
Is he glad to have this? Watch and see.
If you see a complete one like this, it's a Frankenstein.
His monster never looked so good. Plus,
on stated value vehicles, you want to make sure you have enough insurance to cover your car.
the Buckeye guys give you tips on insurance for classic cars. You're ready for this week's episode of Cruise In?
Oh, yeah.
So are we. Cruise In from the 4th Harrison Career Center FFA Tractor, Truck, and Car Show from Cadiz, Ohio starts now. This week on Cruise In, unique toys galore. Hi, I'm Will Burge, and we're at the Harrison County Fairgrounds for the Harrison Career Center FFA Tractor, Truck, Engine, and Car Show. Nailed it on the first try. There's tractors over there, there's trucks back there, there's cars over there. So let's get started. All right, Sam, well, what exactly are you standing next to right now?
It's a 1962 Diamond Rio.
And this is exactly how it came off the lot back in 1962.
No, it was a trailer for a tractor and trailer.
Now, explain, first of all, how long have you had this?
I've had it probably about 3 months, 4 months somewhere in there.
And where'd you find it at?
I found it in Indiana.
Indiana? And
yes.
Just scavenging online? How did you come across it?
I found it on Craigslist.
Craigslist, where all the great purchases are made.
Yes.
and what drew you to this? You just did the pictures like, I just have to have that thing?
Yeah, I love rat rods, so that's my thing.
What was the one thing that you saw, you're like, that's the part, that's it, that caught my eye?
I think it was because it was an old Diamond Rio truck, so that's what I liked about it.
So there's a ton of unique things about this truck, but let's just start going through it. First of all, the new Sentinel mailbox intake. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before.
No, it was on there when I bought it. I really like it.
There's an ammo box inside.
Right, that's the glove box.
There's a keg in the back.
That's my gas tank.
That's the gas tank.
Yeah.
And what's the other box in the back?
That's my battery box plus a toolbox or whatever I want to use it for.
So what have you had to do to this since you got it?
I did carburation work, spring work, shock work, a little bit of suspension on it, but...
What else do you plan on doing to it?
I'm planning on moving my grill back a little farther, chop a little bit of this front off of it. I want to get a truck bumper on the front of it, on the rear.
So what else, anything else you want to do to the inside, or?
Not really. I might put something over the top header, but I want to leave it pretty much like it is right now.
So you went out to Indiana and you picked this up, and was it just sight unseen, I'll pay for it, I'll take it, or did you go check it out and say, all right, if this
I made him an offer, told him what I give you for it, he accepted, and I drove up and drove it back.
How was that driving this?
Cold.
Cold? It was a winter's day or what?
It was cold, 5 degrees when I drove it.
5 degrees?
Yeah.
And how long was that drive?
265 miles, about a 4-hour drive.
And you had about, what, four coats on to get back here, or what?
I was pretty cold.
So was there any point during that drive you thought, I don't know if this was worth it?
No.
So what's your favorite part about this so far?
I just like the way it looks. It stands out.
What exactly is a Diamond Rio?
It is an old tractor, I guess a tractor and trailer truck. What would you call that?
I guess it's a semi?
Semi, yes.
Oh, okay, there we go.
It's actually smaller than a regular cab on a truck if you look at it.
Yeah, it is. That's pretty amazing. And you said you wanted to mention your car club as well, right?
Yes, I belong to the Millennium Street Riders in Cambridge, Ohio.
All right.
So
you gotta give them a shout out before you leave.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I'm sure they're going to be proud of you when they watch this, and we appreciate you showing it to us. This is a very cool truck.
Okay, well, thank you for putting it on.
That is a beautiful car there.
Thank you.
How long have you had it?
Years.
Yeah?
20 years. My father-in-law bought it new.
Really?
In '68.
And did you have how much of this have you had to redo?
None. That's
Nothing.
all original.
Everything?
Everything.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. That's unusual. Well, he died and it sat in the garage for 12 years.
Wow.
My mother-in-law didn't drive. It's got a 318 small block, automatic, floats down the road like a dream. It's easy on gas. A lot of room.
Yeah, it looks like it. even the trunk has a lot of room.
Oh yeah.
And so this is all, everything's original on this?
Everything except the tires.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, when I first started driving it, you get down the road, a little crack in the road or whatever, it would follow it.
Oh, wow.
And with I put radial tires on, it was like driving a new car.
Wow. So the car itself is original. Is there still original stuff in there from when he had it?
Everything.
Yeah?
His glasses, the net around the rear view mirror, my mother-in-law put on her, keep her hair from blowing around going for a Sunday ride.
Wow.
I've changed nothing.
Really?
The tools, everything.
How many miles were on this when you got it?
It's like 89,000, I think, on it.
Oh, wow. So that's not much
original.
at all.
Yeah.
So the hair net still there, the glasses still there, anything else?
2 little flags up on the roof, ceiling. There's a Kleenex box that was in there when I got it. It's still there on the dash. I've changed nothing. Nothing.
So all those years it was sitting in the garage, you have your eye on it saying, I'm gonna get that one day?
Well, I thought about it, but I was just a son-in-law.
Yeah.
And they had like 3 sons, and I thought they would get it. But I would go over and start it once in a while and take it around the block. And one day she asked me, do you want that car? And I said, sure, and I joined the Steel Valley Antique Car Club. But my saying is I got it to go, not to show. Our car club goes on tours.
Oh, okay.
And we've been in Wright-Patterson Air Force Museum, Washington, D.C., drive the cars.
Yeah.
There.
That's awesome.
That's the great part.
So when you got this and you said, yeah, sure, I'll take it, when you tell people that it's all original, do they believe you?
It's hard. Like you know, you keep saying it's original.
Yeah.
It is.
That's
The only thing, I've changed the oil in it.
That's something else. So what are your plans with this? Keep it forever?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, not selling this one, huh?
No, I didn't get it to sell.
Yeah.
If I would get rid of it because of age or something, I would keep it in the family. I'd just give it to them.
I gotta imagine if you wanted to sell it, there'd be a lot of offers out there for it.
Oh, yeah.
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 Has anybody ever walked up to you at a cruise-in and said how much you want for that?
No.
Yeah. What would you say if they did?
What would I say?
Yeah.
No, nothing.
No, thank you. Don't need it. The interior on this one, it's awesome. I mean, it looks like it's redone. Obviously, it is original, like you said, but it's awesome.
There's no flaws nowhere.
Yeah. They really took care of this thing.
And it's even like the headliner. Usually after a while, the glue, and it's all up there.
Man, that's something else. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
How many bodies can you fit in that trunk?
Quite a few.
Appreciate you bringing it out and showing it to us today.
Thank you, anytime. I enjoy it.
There's plenty more to see from the Harrison County Fairgrounds, so make sure you stay tuned to Cruise In.
Closed captioning provided by Blue Line Classics, home of the original Sanford & Son TV truck. Conveniently located in North Royalton, Ohio, we specialize in buying and selling antique, classic, and muscle cars and trucks. If you're interested in selling your classic car or looking to purchase a new classic, call us today.
Welcome back to the 4th Harrison Career Center FFA Tractor, Truck, and Car Show on Cruise In.
I got a 68 Cougar.
68 Cougar. How long have you had this?
About 11 years.
About 11 years, huh?
Yeah.
And how'd you come across this?
My brother found it.
Yeah.
It came from California, so it's a pretty nice car.
Was it in this condition when you found it?
No.
No. What did it look like then?
That beautiful green, lime green.
And so what all did you do with it?
We done the motor, transmission. My son-in-law done the body work and paint. It was just like a father and son project.
Oh, very cool. Is that something that why you were looking for a car like that? Something to do with your son? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Son-in-law, but he's really a son to me.
Oh, that's awesome. So was this a specific type of car you were looking for, or you just kind of stumbled across it?
He talked me into buying it. I wanted a Mustang.
Oh, okay.
So he talked me into buying this, and he said he'd help me. So that's how it got started.
Are you happy you went with this instead now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Tickled to death with
I'm sure this is a head turner when you're out on the road too, huh?
Yeah, it does pretty good.
Yeah. And so how many hours do you think you and your son-in-law have put into this car?
About 4 years.
Really?
Yeah, on and off.
Yeah, just put a project together and then.
Yeah, whenever we had time, we worked on it. And
And what was the toughest part of the projects?
Well, body and paint.
Yeah.
That was his department.
Oh, okay, yeah, pass it right up. So you wanted it, now you got to do this part, huh?
Yeah, I done the drivetrain.
Yeah, there you go. Very cool. And I don't know, it looks very fast. I'm sure you've never sped in it, right? Because you don't break the law, but it looks like it can move out there, huh?
It'll hold its own.
What's your favorite part of this car?
I like the hideaway headlights and the taillights, the sequential taillights.
Now, did you have a car like this growing up, or did you?
Yeah, I've had 3 of them.
Oh, really? Okay.
That one, I used to tear them up a lot.
Yeah? Treat this one a little bit better, huh?
Yes.
If you saw someone treating this car the way you used to treat them, how'd you feel about that?
I'd have to shoot them.
You heard him, folks. Don't come anywhere near this Mercury, right? I appreciate you showing it to us. Awesome. Very, very cool car. Thanks for bringing it out today.
Hey, I appreciate it.
This is a 1969 International Scout Harvester. It was originally designed as a farm implement. It came with a whole group of farm tools, balers. It's a 266 small V8 engine, same one that International used in their combines. If you see a complete one like this, it's a Frankenstein.
Really?
And the reason I say that is I bought the initial vehicle out of Michigan, and Michigan's got the same rust animals up there we have down here. So, I mean, you basically try to get something that's relatively solid, and then you get on the internet and you search and search and search, finding doors, windows, you know, basically you put together with pieces. It's got parts on here from Massachusetts, Connecticut, Georgia, Texas, Indiana, Pennsylvania, and I don't know where else. So 3-speed on the floor with a high-low transfer case. It'll literally climb a tree if you can get it started. Because unlike the modern 4-wheel drives, on this vehicle, all 4-wheel drive, all 4 wheels turn simultaneously.
Oh, wow.
This one, the first year that I had it, before I started working on it, got the ugliest truck award at the, International Harvester Trucks and Scouts. 2 years later, I took it to the Nationals again, and 2 years ago, and it took first place in its class.
Really?
They couldn't believe it was the same vehicle.
Wow.
They thought I was lying, yeah.
So when you're redoing this and you're finding all these parts, how long did that take you?
It took me about 2 years to reassemble it off the frame.
And you got your assistant back in the back with you.
Oh yeah, yeah. That dog's been with me for a long time. She was probably 2 or 3 years old. I saw her get hit on a highway, and I stopped in the middle of the lane to keep her from getting hit again. I opened the car door in my brand new 1995 Olds Aurora, and she jumped in, and I've had her ever since.
Wow.
Best dog I've ever had.
Ashley's a good pup.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Little girl.
Little girl. I like it. It was like it was meant to be, right?
I guess.
Yeah. You said this thing will literally climb a tree if you get there. So what's the craziest incline you've ever taken it up?
Well, you know, here in Ohio, pretty much just that kind of stuff. You know, I never take it into like the strip mines or anything like that if it's real steep. But they do, out west and southwest, they take these and they jack them up and make them into rock climbers.
Really?
They're wonderful rock climbers because of that fact that all 4 wheels are turning simultaneously.
Wow.
These will kick the crap out of a Jeep.
Really?
Sorry, Jeep people.
Well, awesome story, awesome truck, and thank you for joining us today and
You're more
showing
than
it to us.
welcome. Appreciate it.
Coming up,
On your insurance for your car for any accidents and coverage value.
don't go anywhere. The Buckeye guys are next on Cruise In.
Welcome to this edition of Cruising with the Buckeye Guys. Besides classic car restoration at Buckeye Classic Cars, we also do collision work for classic cars. What we have here is a 1970 Mach 1 that came in for collision work. This car was completely crunched on the back end. What we've done here is fixed the repair work, fixed the rust work, and also repainted the entire shell of this body here. This was a 600-hour project. We work with all the major insurance companies, Haggerty, Chubb, you name it, we work with them, Farmers Insurance. We do the estimates for these. These are very complex estimates. They take a long time to do, and the main thing about classic auto insurance is on stated value vehicles, you want to make sure you have enough insurance to cover your car. So if the car is worth $30,000 and you have $25,000 damage to it, the insurance company will total the vehicle. So you got to make sure your stated value is high enough to cover your costs on your insurance job, or not job, but on your insurance for your car for any accidents and coverage value. But let me show you what we did on this car here collision-wise, and we'll go back to some pictures when it came in, and we'll show you the repair work. When this car came in to the shop as being a collision project, the car went to 3 or 4 different shops, and nobody would write the customer an estimate because it was a lacquer paint job, and they were afraid to get into it. The problem with these older restorations and lacquer, you cannot repair that correctly because number one, the toners aren't available and it's never going to match, and you're putting a urethane over a non-drying lacquer-based product, and that's all only going to check in the future. So this car needed a complete strip down to do the warranty repair work on this. It was all crunched in the back here, and if we look here, and we'll go back to the original pictures, it was smashed on this side, and the trunk pan was all mangled as well. So this is all redone in here, and it's came out really, really well. We did some upgrades for the customer on the car that he paid for, and it just came out really, really fantastic. Look at the chrome work, look at the detail work, and we'll go to the before shots too as well so you can see what we did here on this total collision job. Unlike car restoration projects in the state of Ohio, collision work needs an estimate. There's no shop in Ohio or in the United States that will give an estimate for restoration work because it's so time consuming, and to make the project that much better in the shop's name, you have to have award-winning work come out of the shop. But in collision work, it's a different game. You need a full written estimate, and this vehicle here took about 2 weeks to do the full written estimate. It was very complex. It came out to almost 600 hours to fix this Mustang. With any collision work on your classic vehicle, we at Buckeye Classic Car Restoration can meet and exceed your expectations. We will give you the written estimate your insurance company needs. We will do all that legwork for you. You can relax and enjoy as your car is coming back together. Please give us a call at 330-533-4757 for all your collision needs in your classic cars.
Coming up.
Sight unseen from a farm in upstate New York.
Next on Cruise In. From project to pride and joy, the restoration specialists at Buckeye Classic Car Restoration can make your dreams come true. Our master body, paint, and mechanical technicians have over 100 years of experience. They do research, can communicate every detail of the restoration process, and their restorations win big-time awards. Buckeye Classic Car Restoration cars have been winning awards since 2001. Let the restoration specialists at Buckeye Classic Car Restoration turn your project into an award winner.
Closed captioning provided by Blue Line Classics, home of the original Sanford & Son TV truck. Conveniently located in North Royalton, Ohio, we specialize in buying and selling antique, classic, and muscle cars and trucks. If you're interested in selling your classic car or looking to purchase a new classic, call us today.
Now back to the 4th Harrison Career Center FFA Tractor, Truck, and Car Show from Cadiz, Ohio on Cruise In.
Okay, this is 1956 MACK B40 that I purchased about 2011, sight unseen from a farm in upstate New York. Brought it home, put it in our shop. Unfortunately, the running gear was pretty bad shape. So my father-in-law, he was looking to get into the vintage trucks and go riding along with us. So having struggles with his hip and knees at the time, we wanted to put something a little bit easier, lower to ground for him to get in, something that he could handle. So we actually customized this thing, put a 360 DT International engine in it with an Allison automatic behind it.
Wow. So what was this like when you found it? Was it beat up or is it similar? Or?
No, it sat in a barn from 1991 to 2011. So
wow.
It sat 20 years in a barn, and it was just what you would call a barn find, you know.
And how'd you stumble across that?
It was on a MACK page.
And you're telling me you show up to shows and you'll see trucks that you actually owned before.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a couple here today that we owned, and most shows we go to, there's something that we've had go through our fingers at one time or the other.
That's got to be pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's rewarding.
And it's this truck in particular. What's the plan to keep this one around for a while? Or?
We may. It's up to my father-in-law if he wants to keep driving it, but I think we have him in a hearse now, bringing some of the T-shirts.
Wait a second, you trying to send him a signal or something?
No, nothing like that. But
so how does this drive?
Drives really well. In fact, my wife drove it down here today.
Really?
Yeah, I rode shotgun, which was pretty nice.
Pretty nice. Yeah, there you go.
Get chauffeured around a little bit.
And when you're riding on the road and people see you, they turn their heads and point and stuff?
Yeah, a lot of the cell phone filming, a lot of thumbs up, things of that nature.
Do they stick out, like in particular? Like, will this be one you'll remember like down the line, you think? Are they kind of, there's so many that just kind of...
No, I remember most of them, especially since we started doing vintage. I remember most of them. A lot of the fleet stuff before we were into vintage would be a blend.
Yeah.
But the vintage stuff, no, it kind of sticks out. We kind of feel, quote unquote, like an adoption agency for this old stuff. Make sure they get a better home and kind of get a connection with some of them.
And how do you pick which ones you want to redo and sell off?
How long it's been sitting there. If it's not getting attention, then we'll maybe do things to give it a little more attention, put it in the shop, a little paint, a little repair, thing of that nature. That or it's something that's really after our heart. Some trucks come in, you're connected, some you're not. It's a crazy thing. We love going getting them, we love finding them, and we're happy when somebody else gets them and you can tell that somebody's going to enjoy them.
Well, we're happy you brought it out today to show us, man. This is awesome, and keep up the great work.
All right, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, that's it for us out here at the Harrison Career Center FFA Tractor, Truck, Engine, and Car Show. I want to thank everybody out here at the Harrison County Fairgrounds, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Will Burge saying so long from Cruise In.